Hey y'all, welcome back for another session here at Tears and Read Tarot. This is your girl Lottie, a channeled messenger who gets messages from the spirit. And yeah, we use everything. Anything the spirit calls me to use to send its message, we use it. So whether it's text, whether it's cards, whether it's pendulums and crystals, uh, however the spirit speaks, we send messages. So if you are okay with that and you're good with that, please stick around and see what the spirit has to say, because we definitely have a couple of different mediums today to speak to, just a couple of decks and a couple of texts and some revelation that I received to write it down and study. And so I would like to share that with you. If you are up for it, stick around. Okay. Yes, I had to get that sip of coffee. It's still early, y'all. We still getting these juices flowing in. I got a thing for caffeine. I'm doing good. I done came down from espresso, from dark roast to mid roast. We working our way down this thing. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna work it out. Get a little situated, but we good. Okay. So we were talking on, like, if you go back and watch some of my other earlier sessions, I invite you to do that. Please do. Um, we've been talking about the stuff that we are made out of. It's us here in the wheat field. We got to figure out what these attributes is of our true internal essence and work on and stand on that, right? So as we go into the day, the spirit gave me inspiration, kind of like a realization. Like, we talked about some of the low vibrational stuff that we really shouldn't be into. Like, it just pulls our weight down. It makes us heavy, and we can't fly and ascend, and get to our abundance like that. So we got to change things, right? We looked at the tears and those negative low vibrational attributes, and then we really just flipped that thing, right? Each one, we read it, but then we flipped it to dig into the light side, the positive, which, the best way for us to move, like, that's more edifying to source, and or onto other cells. So we talked about one of them, which was false witness, claiming that you saw somebody do something that they didn't do, or claiming they did something that they didn't do, you know. And then they also, spoke about a lying tongue. And to me, lying tongue and false witness is pretty much around the same things, right? But I guess false witness kind of stood out separately because, just the whole thing of, you, I don't know, I guess it's still a lie in basic, right? Source. Yeah, it's still pretty much a lie. So why do they separate it? Why is it different? It's the same. Yeah, so why do they make it different? Yeah, I don't know either. Anyway, so lying tongue, false witness, same thing. Be truthful. The source is truthful. Like, the source says it is what it is. It just is what it is. And I think that's where that statement came from. I think that was a divine inspirational statement, because it is what it is. I mean, truly, I am what I am. I am a brown skinned girl. I am an expression of the Most High God. I am a composite of all things of the material of creation. I mean, everything pretty much in creation you could see in me, in my composition, and I choose to take on the light attributes of life, right, for the sake of growth and wisdom. So yeah, with wisdom, yeah, we spirit led us back to chapter 8 in Proverbs. That was going to be the third series, so I kind of think I wrapped it up last night after we went in on session 2. It was like, well, it really ain't a whole bunch else to be said. That's what I thought. But Spirit said, oh, yeah, there is. We wrote down this here, chapter 8 in Proverbs. What is this? Chapter 8 and pretty much all of chapter 8. Because it digs into the foundation of who we are. Not just for, like I said, I'm not uh, fastened to any one way that the spirit, the most high, the source of all things, speak to us, like it. But I do feel that we can find the word of the spirit of God, of the source of all things, as being given, inspired by others to write and scribe, in nature, in our biology, in our metaphysics. If we look diligently across the plane, we can see source everywhere. And so with that, yeah. So I use everything to speak to source and commune with source in my spirit. So I do believe wholeheartedly, like, as discerned and given to me by source, to say that wisdom is the principal thing by which all things were called and created. Like everything in creation was made by wisdom. And if we look in this text or similar text to it, when wisdom is speaking, we see, because in this text, is that wisdom speaking? Yes, that is the infinite intelligence, not wisdom. So spirit is saying that wisdom is really like the wrong way to say it. Like it's the infinite intelligence, right? The intelligence that contains all things, right? Again, infinite. And of course, it's infinite because the intelligence called all of creation. Yet, as creation grows and learns, the infinite intelligence again continues to take on that, that expansion. So it's infinite. As we continue, creation itself continues, it continues, right? Yeah. So basically, when we study the fact that, again, that text talks about our coming into existence in terms of being called by source or evolving or being created or molded or shaped or whatever out of source material, and we were shaped by the infinite intelligence of the most high God. And your design is is wise, right, in all of its ways. Like you are designed wisely, like, so again, when we really break down the body and how it's formed and how it's designed, how the organs are shaped, how everything is, even one of the things that drew me into healthcare, because I kind of went through a range. It was like, oh, I wanted to be a brain surgeon, and then I wanted to be what did I want to be, a brain surgeon, and then I think a PA, and then a nurse. And then I kind of was, when I was in school for nursing, I just did some internships and stuff. I just did not like the politics of healthcare. Yeah. And we know the issues in the healthcare system. So I was like, I went to paperwork, and I was like, I'd rather deal with paper, because, and see how I could affect policy eventually. And throughout that track, I never stayed in healthcare. I finished my degree. I started working in banking while I was, you know, doing that, and just kind of never went into healthcare. So I have a degree that says I can learn, but I don't use it, whatever. Helps me think though. I can pull all these systems together and understand how source works on a grand scale, right? I can see source in the body because, again, to me, the body is one of the highest form of technology in this plane, right? And, yeah. So, anywho, when we look at the human body and the structure of it, and even just a side view, if you slice it in half, like of how the baby sits in the mother's womb, and then even the way that the baby comes down, the way the baby turns and then comes down. And if you look at the baby's shape of the head and its body itself, and the mother's body, you can see the design and the pathway and everything is just, perfectly aligned. Like the design and the intelligence of the human body is incredible. I mean, from uh the way that our chromosomes combine, the way that we recombinate, the way that we recycle material, the way that we have a defense mechanism that's already built in. Like we have a whole military strategy that's going on at all times. Like we see healing at every level. And we see syncopation, and we see harmony and balance. And when harmony and balance is missing, then there's disease, there's a problem, right? There's pain and suffering. And I think that if we really dig into the attributes of the human body and looking at how these systems upon systems, and how these cells in cells, all of these little artifacts that are energies that are inside the cells. I mean, talking about like mitochondria and stuff like that, these powerhouses, these that hold this type of intelligence. I mean, like you can, if you dig into just self, again, go deeper upon layer upon layer upon layer upon layer upon layer within self, and tell me how deep can you go? People are still trying to figure out how, DNA coding. Yeah, we talk about that, but we say, oh, that's not of God. We're so far away from God. You don't understand that is the essence of his intelligence. If you can unlock, and not just unlock, but just discover, and for understanding of how these things operate, we can pull those same principalities up into our range, into this conscious mind that's going on in you subconsciously all day long. Again, we faith walking because these eyes right here don't see nothing. They are a living testament of faith. It is a living testament of our connectivity and the intelligence of the spirit, of the intelligence of the whole design. Yes. So when we step into that understanding and awareness and with the fullness of you really are, like you looking at yourself on surface level, like for real with this kind of thing, we need you to go deeper. Like, let's get deep. Peeps, I know it's early in the morning and we don't want to lay nothing too heavy on you. But we just want you to ponder this stuff as we move out through the day. So since we're going to ponder some stuff, let's pull an empowering question. Yes, we always want to think. We are opening up our mindsets here. Be ye conformed, not conformed, right? Be ye not conformed. But you must, be renewed by the changing in of your mind, right? You have to renew your mindset, get some new thoughts, some fresh thoughts in there. Spirit said, no, old ways, traditional, old, ancient knowledge is what we should be following. The foundational principles, wisdom, no, infinite intelligence, always. You are pieces of the intelligence now. Whew. Ooh. Spirit says we are pieces of the infinite intelligence now. And everything about us is that intelligence at work. Yes. And so we are always containing the ability to find the answers and the intuition we seek in order to ascend to our highest self. Yeah, to overcome any issue. Ooh, thank you. That popped my shoulder. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Yes, yes. Anything else? Okay. Spirit said, what is my gift to the world? Hmm. I think your gift to the world is you. Yeah. Yep. Spirit says yes. The gift to the world is you. Your expression. There won't be another expression like you. And even if your light comes back, is their expression different? Yeah. Yeah. You only have this cycle to perform this thing. And I mean, will they come back? Yeah, and start over a new cycle. You can, right? That whole thing. But it's up to you to choose. You could, yeah, to go on and do another cycle, enter into a new cycle in order to enter into the new cycle. Yeah. Okay. We have to renew our mindset. And in the renewing is to again release the conformities, right? The conformities that we've taken on. So, what is your gift to the world? You have to release the conformity so that you can pull it out and get back to your true essence, right? And if your foundational essence is infinite intelligence, like everything that the source contains was called in order to create us, like for us to be, for us to exist, then you have to know that you're made of the stuff of the universe. I mean, it's just a basic truth. And you're able to operate on old ancient principalities. Yeah, you are. Ooh, y'all, excuse me. Drop the card. You are able to operate on old principalities. Excuse me, y'all, if that rust with the mic. Uh, Ancient principalities and ancient laws, and that's what every text says. Messengers across the globe keep saying, and even you feel it in your spirit. Like your spirit talks to you and tells you. It bears witness. That intuition, that gut feeling, right? It's certain things that you just know to be true, you know to be right and wrong. Well, high vibrational, low vibrational. You have a way of counseling yourself, of sitting in the spirit and saying, yeah, because you have that essence of counsel. The infinite intelligence can speak to you and counsel you and give you the which way that you should go for your highest self. You know, whether you want to use the word righteousness or whatever the case may be, but it's you for your highest you. Whatever it is that you want to desire and that, you know, out of joy, right? Out of, you know, expanding joy and giving joy onto others, right? Not it being a distortion of just seeking power onto self, but yeah, serving out that gift. You have a gift inside of you, and how are you going to serve that out? Spirit said, you are a gift. You are a gift to the world. You are the niche. You. So how are you serving that out? You know, if there's anything blocking you, Spirit, you know, give us a message in truth for our highest self that may help us identify what's blocking us from issuing and serving out our gifts onto this plane into creation quest. Again, this is that card that comes out when you've been journeying, on a journey, looking for something that is in you all along, or something that is right at home, or maybe you're on your way back home. You know, I resonate with that. I've been making my way back to my hometown. I've been going away from my hometown for quite a number of years, like almost 20 years, right? And I'm making my way back around there. How many of you have done that, or even just feel like you are on a journey back to home? You know, that activation card or starseed card, longing for home, has been coming out. Is there anything else out of this deck, Spirit? No? Okay. Um, I guess that longing for home, wanting to be home, wanting to be comforted and connected, that feeling of connectivity that we get when we're at home, right? So yeah, heavy stuff, heavy stuff. Light worker, activation. Okay. We're going to activate. Spirit says, let's activate, y'all. It's Tuesday. We almost to the top of the week. Almost to the top of the week. One more day to go before we get to the top of this thing. And once we get to the top of the week, I don't know why I might be freaking out about that mic not being on. You know how many times I done recorded a message with no sound? It came out mute. But the top of the week to me is Wednesday, you know, because it ain't nothing but downhill from there. I can tell you something great about every day. It's all about your perception, how you see things. Thank you, Spirit, for being with us and convening. We asked for a card, or however many you would give us to take, to help us activate. I feel your energy here. Which one is it? Where is it? This one? Okay. I think this is about perfect, right? Spirit said, yeah, I take that. I resonate with that. I take that for me too, Spirit. Thank you. Light body activation. Accessing the divine within. We was talking about them I am statements. Okay. What does Spirit say on this card, y'all? The I am presence. Light body activation. Accessing the divine within. Come on, Spirit. Come on in, Spirit, and talk to your we feel. Yes. Give them the messages that the collective needs so that they can be powerful throughout this day. Access their light. Activate. We ain't talking about bringing nothing in, because you were made with the infinite intelligence that contains all things. Do you need to gain some additional knowledge? Do you need to be diligent and seek some stuff out? Increase them skills and capabilities. Dig into that tear and find out what the resource is in there. Yeah, there's a resource in every tear. There's a testimony. There's a success story. You get substance and source material out of every tear. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I'm just saying. Oh, thank you for cracking that shoulder, Spirit. That was beautiful. Yes. Yes. Sit and convene. I told you, I talk to y'all and talk to the Spirit all the time. They be telling me something, you can't have a double-minded mind. No, because I'm aligned with always speaking to you from spirit and speaking to spirit in spirit all the time. Speaking from spirit, from a place in my spirit. You know, whether I'm in my for monetary, you know, because we got to do this at thing. Which one is it, Spirit? I feel it. Is it this one? Okay. Halls of learning, spirit guides, confirmation, great lessons. We've been on this whole lesson thing here. We got that cup. Oh, we had to talk about it. Because I told y'all from the very beginning. One of the reasons why a lot of people don't come out with their gifts is because it's their inability to reconcile their divinity and their religion or their spirituality. Because we've been taught that divinity and spirituality is separate, and they're not. Who said that your divinity is separate from the essence of who you are? You were called by divinity, by the essence of divinity. You were called by the Most High, the Source, the Logo, by its intelligence, its infinite intelligence. In that is contained is divinity and wisdom. In that is everything that you need. Everything to overcome to get through these challenges. Yes, yes, it is. And there's guides here, spirit guides. Yes, there are. Yes, there are. And your text says it. Every text says that there are spiritual guides. Every single one. So again, do we believe or do we not believe? I mean, we got to make a decision. Because a double-minded person, you can't stand. That's conflict and confusion. That's why you can't reconcile. That's why you can't bring these here pieces together. I'm saying, spirit guides, confirmation, great lessons. What did this card say? When I say we bring all the pieces together, because I don't leave none of mine on the table. I don't know what you leaving on your table. But we gonna do this thing. I'm sweeping up. I'm saying. When my brother Richard Pryor say he was in a boxing ring, he's like, "You ain't gotta worry about me. I'll be here until they sweep up." Go, bitch. Just saying I ain't leaving none of mine on the table. I want every bit of it. Give me it all here and let me look at it so I can discern and show that self-approved. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because this thing is real. It's for real. And it's a reason. It's a tear in that. It's a reason that the knowledge is fragmented. It's a reason that Source told you these messengers are saying to seek diligently. They can't put it all in one source, in one book. And do you know how big that dang on book would be? If you put all the knowledge of the infinite intelligence that is known to the entire plane in one book. Think about that. Like, seriously. How big would that freaking book be? If we took all the knowledge, I mean that we could show thyself approved, like, yeah, like science actually says that you can create a hypothesis and test it. And if you could test it in the same way, like repetition, and get the same result, you pretty much can count that shit to good. Is that not a principle of the Most High? And we're going to separate the attributes like they not the same? You could work on part of your power if you want to, but I'm calling out to the field, and I know it's someone we resonate with this here thing. We ready to activate. We ready to get them lumens up. Who ready to activate and get their lumens up so they can work some light? Because that's what I'm talking about. You was called to be the light. And if you believe that you was called to be the light, then you need to understand that you was here to work your light. And you was given the ability to work your light and they told you way back on the freaking first page, you could have counted, you didn't even have to read the rest of that. If you really dig into page one, you done. You through. That's like, I mean, once I, not only did I read the thing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been in my grandparents, pastors, okay? I was raised in the pew pits, in the pulpit. I was raised. Before I could clap hands together, I was singing in the choir. They had to stand behind me and clap my hands. I didn't even know how to stay on beat. I was so young. We've been doing this thing. But I do know that as much as in there, it's a bunch in there that they can't, that they didn't put in there. And not to say that the principalities are not the word of God, because they are. Those principalities are. I mean, because you can find them everywhere. You find those principles everywhere. In every text, pretty much across the plane, major principle peoples have the same account. Their principles and principalities, that ancient law is the same. The ancient law is the same. And that's what Spirit just wrote on my leg. The ancient law, the way of the infinite intelligence that you could see across everything. Again, if we are to walk by faith and not by sight, it makes sense that my eyeballs, these little organs right here that's in my body, don't truly visual see nothing. It is a true act of faith. And it reveals our connectivity and collective consciousness. And it reveals the infinite intelligence. It lets you know how many levels this thing goes up, like how broad it is. When you really study your body, people. I mean, we could just go there. I'm just saying. Yeah, the Most High is huge. So there's no way that you could put all of the Word of God, of source material, the infinite knowledge of source that has been gathered over eons in one book. Absolutely not. And to think that we can is just absolutely ridiculous. It can speak to the mysteries thereof, which leads you to go seek diligently and go discover those mysteries. I mean, we had the mysticism card earlier with joy. Joy should not be a mystery to you. Your joy should not be a mystery to you, because it's your joy. It is the infinite intelligence is contained in that intelligence that you're built with. So you can go into self and discover all the time. Let's activate. Thank you so much, Spirit. Let's activate. Get the Ouija card. Get the Ouija card that we would like for activation today, so that we can dig deeper into this thing, and we can turn these lights on. We can get these engines started, get these chakras and energy centers balanced, get the sludge and the gunk out. What is it that we need to activate within self to do that, Spirit? What do we need to activate in self to do that? Ooh, yeah, I see it. Thank you. Which one? Mm, mm, mm. Serious blessing. Yes, proceed, be seen, push through. Can you guys see that? Be seen, push through. When you get to those blockages in your spirit, or you get to that space where it makes you feel like, what am I doing this for? Is it gonna work? Like I'm pushing and I'm digging deep, but I don't see no different. Just keep doing it and know that it is different. It is different. The fact of you doing it makes it different. The fact of you being consciously aware of it and put some focus and intentionality makes it different. Always in the now. Everything is now. Nothing is ever later, and nothing is ever every it's in the past, it's gone. But there's no such thing truly as future. Future truly doesn't exist. Everything is now. You can say tomorrow, but when you wake up, tomorrow is still now. That then becomes now. And when you experience it, it's always now. Well, I guess that is an oxymoron, right? Because time is like what is time, right? Time is our construct. We allocate and categorize the passage and the growth in our maturity as time, but or the cycles of the sun and the earth cycles that count that as time repetition, like it's time, and it's, you know, that's debatable. You can have that conversation, whatever, right? Where were we going with that? Time is not real. Yes, spirit, time is not real. We know. Okay. Anything else? Right. So, yes, proceed, be seen, push through, always operating in the now. That's where we were at. Spirit says the now is all there is. The now is all there is. So if you are aware now, you know now, you're learning now, you're journaling now, and you know that's it's always now. And who you are, those I am statements, you know, is based on now. So you're not your past self, you're you now. Unless you brought the past into your present, like you haven't changed. So yeah, that's still you now. You know, you haven't changed. But if you have released and you are consciously aware, working on changing your habits and doing things differently, you know, leaning into your wisdom, into your intelligence, then yeah, what you are is different. And it is not appropriate for you to keep claiming yourself as who you were in the past. It's just not true. I would challenge everybody just to tell the truth to yourself. You know, yeah, I have been such and things in the past, but I'm not them anymore. My old self has passed away, and that's why that's true. Because if I'm no longer doing those things, I'm no longer being that person. So that's no longer who I am. Who I am is this person, who I am being now, who I've committed myself to be, who I show up as on a consistent basis. Like I'm consistent, you know, and what I believe is in line with, you know, with the truth in general, and I can see the truth everywhere, not just in one space. And I use, you know, the composite of the Most High for my highest self, because that's what it's here for. I mean, I was putting this here plane to do what? To multiply, replenish, to dominate. Hey, do you want this? No. Do you want this? No. It's a spill. Okay. Oh, snap. Gee, good. No, no, no. No, no, no. They said that I'm going to rehab, and I said no, no, no. That's what Amy Winehouse remix. That's because a lot of us, you know, we be resistant, like I'm not going. No, I know that be me, someone disobeying and not giving up stuff, old habits that I need to get rid of. Y'all, I told you I'm working on letting go my cigars. Be having one. It's bad for me. It's bad for my vessels. It's bad for my lungs. And every time I try to justify it, spirit be like, you know, that's not even smart. What you just said. I mean, is it true? Yeah, in a sense, but it's still not smart because it's not for my highest good. And my spirit, my highest self, won't let me lie to me about what's good for my highest self. Right? The spirit says no. You cannot. Yes. Okay. I thought it was in here. Is it this one? Okay, this one. Here we go. So, family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. We are here together. One of the purposes here is to reach out to this soul person, whoever it was that was in my energy so tough, because I need you to realize that it's okay to reconcile. Goodness, to reconcile, you know, that all of these attributes of the Most High, your gifts, your divinity, all of that can work together. It works in tandem with the infinite intelligence. It's all about where you're resonating from. Are you coming from a low vibration or a high vibration? Are you going to work your light? And what are you going to use your light for? You know, and oh yeah. Spirit gave me this. Just, can y'all see that? Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Yeah, whoever I was been picking up in my energy so tough. I'm telling you, this person is a strong light seer. They're a strong light worker. Goodness, Spirit, thank you. Mm, see, you're a strong light worker. Spirit has said yes. The age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. So somebody out here that needs to come on out, wake up and activate. Activate. Wake up to who you are. I'm gonna call you the Manchurian candidate. I don't know what you're supposed to do, but whatever it is, you like the winter soldier. You out here on sleeper status, and Spirit wants you to wake up. I don't know why I'm on this camera, why it told me to come out, because like I said, I had that problem of reconciling too back in the day. But I just said, you know what, I'm gonna sit on my side and do my journey over here. And I had to step away from a bunch of people, whether it was some family and all of that, who just didn't understand that how I bring all my pieces together for my walk. But then when they look at me and see what I'm doing, how I'm doing, then they don't like, how do you come through that? Yeah. How do you keep that attitude, that disposition? How do you have the courage to just get up and go? And yeah, because I have a different type of understanding, a different type of outlook. I do. I really do. I don't see the Most High in one type of perspective. I see that Most High everywhere. And I see that same intelligence and courage and work in me. And I believe that. I do. From my core, I believe that. I have confidence in that. And because I have confidence in that, I'm able to operate in that fashion. Yeah, there we go. Spirit says to remember your boundary. Is this right? I was feeling. Is that? Oh, that's for me? Okay. Yeah, I did, though. I needed to establish better boundaries. And I'll share with you guys because, you know, maybe there's another me out here that's working on boundaries. Like, how do you establish your boundaries and put them in an appropriate place? Because I was just saying, I had to, tell some, like, you look, we don't align in this walk, and I'm not gonna, when I tell you I was called a sorcerer and a devil worshiper and everything, but a expression of the Most High God, of an unique expression of source material. Oh yeah, I was. All because this is who I am. All because people can't reconcile and they don't understand who they are, or they're afraid, or me being who I am shines a light on who you are. And if I'm working my light and you're not, does that irritate you and rustle your spirit? That a lot of people, your haters, that would that be? That's what that is. You know, everybody always be one talking about something you doing the most. No, how about you do too little? Yeah, that could be it. I mean, seriously, it ain't that I do the most. It's about you do too little. Are you activated? Where's your power? Where's your strength? It's in here. I mean, because if you really think about how many atoms you got and how much power is in every atom and every cell that's in your body, every mitochondria, those are powerhouses. Come on now. You talking about where some energy at? You got energy, you got strength. Oh yeah, it's built in, it's baked in. But are you tapped in? That's the thing. So oftentimes for those who are tapped in, they get haters. They get people that want to come against them and say stuff because they don't tap in. And they really want you to tap out. Don't dim your light, don't dim your light for nobody. Oh no, we don't do that. If my light irritates you, I'm sorry. You might have to go get some of them Joe Biden, some of them aviators. Yeah, because I got me a few. Because my own light be blinding me. I told you, these eyeballs be, look. I be having to put my own shades on. Spirit says. Which one? This one on the top? Is this it? Okay. Yeah. Akasha. Somebody, I told you, deep, ancient, deep, infinite intelligence. When I say them records are so deep, you talking about calling when God said, let there be light. Oh yeah, then infinite intelligence was already there. Your text calls it wisdom. Spirit discerns to me infinite intelligence, right? So your guidance is divinely guided. Look at that. Bam. You are able to tap in to the ancient, ancient archives, the Akasha records, to receive divine guidance. You are directly connected because the word is written in you. The infinite intelligence, the source of all things, left its imprint on you, in you, and you can connect to it. And you don't have to go through any specific pathway to do it. The only pathway you have to go to connect is straight inside. That's it. Straight inside. Go into that gut, the first thing that formed on you. Like no bullshit. No bullshit. That's why spirit I can talk the way that I talk. So if you don't like it, sorry. Not sorry, just saying. We can have our beer because we do everything in balance. I mean, like seriously. You don't want to decide that this word is bad and that word is bad. Most High didn't say that. Language is language. Do you understand me? That's the key. To get understanding. Because that's the point. It's not about the messenger. It's about the message. Do we have an understanding, right? And if you want to be guided in the truth, bam. What does Spirit say again? Akasha records. You can go into the Spirit. Again, that text teaches us, that you can go in and seek. Seek all things. And it will be given and revealed unto you. So if you seeking divine, ancient knowledge and how you work this here divinity, how you work your life, oh, it's going to be revealed onto you. It will. It will. Source to tell you. Now, do you believe what you're being told? Or can you recognize the voice of source? Do you even know the voice of your understanding of your. Hey, I'm just saying, are we done with this spread? Spirit says we are done. Yeah, we have 42 minutes, y'all. We hyped up. I'm really hyped up now. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to work this light for the day. I know that I am connected to the source of all things, like the infinite intelligence that made this whole here grand design. Oh, yeah, I'm tapped into that. And I can go in and seek and get all of my help. Every day I'll get up, I got a whole fresh portion for today. Because today is new and it's given and is risen. I'm risen. Grand rising. Absolutely, I'm risen on this day. And I am on this day a unique expression of the Most High God, of source material. I am made and called by the unique. I am called to be a unique expression made by the infinite intelligence of the source. I am baked with infinite intelligence, like from the beginning to the end. And all I have to do is jump in and say, give me my portion for this day. Oh, yeah. Because that intelligence knows where you are right now at this time. It knows what space you in, what you need for your learning, teaching, growing, and edification, and so on to other selves for this day. So if you're working, stop and take 20 seconds and ask that infinite intelligence to come in and help you for the rest of the day. Tell him to come in and help you, guide you. Because all of your guidance says source of all things, that infinite intelligence, your guidance is being divinely guided. The infinite intelligence of all things says that I could use any medium, that I am the intelligence, and I can speak to thee using anything. For those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. We're just going to start with the eyes. Go on and talk to your eye doctor. I'm telling you, just do a Google search. You can do it on YouTube. Look it up and see if they can explain to you how your eyes work when they don't see a fuck thing. Shit. Nothing. And how do they feed images into your brain that's enclosed in your skull? Riddle me that. Folks don't think about these things, though. We don't really sit and ponder. We don't really sit. That's why philosophers, I think, are so cool, because they sit around and just do that deep thinking. You know what I mean? That is one of the greatest desires of my heart. I always was in love with philosophy when I was young. You know, and when I really discovered, that those plagiarists called Socrates and Aristotle, all them folks, whatever. We ain't gonna go into it today. It's not what we doing. Anywho, the intelligence tells us that if we sit and just ponder on life, on nature, on how it unfolds, on the body, on how it operates, on all of those things that are around us, we can see the word of God written everywhere. The word of source, the intelligence is written everywhere. It really is, peace. And it's written in you. It's encoded in you. It's imprinted on you. And your spirit discerns it, whether they call it spirit, Holy Spirit, your gut feeling, all of that. It discerns. It's all the same. You have that intuition. It speaks to you. The intelligence speaks to you. And you convene with the intelligence all times. And all of these things are contained in the intelligence, the source that created and called you to be. And you are able to wield that intelligence. You're able to tap in, to get knowledge, to seek it. And when you seek it, you can apply it. And being wise in that application leads you to the abundance of life. It is the pathway of peace. So I hope you guys feel activated and you're ready to go. That you have found the pathway to peace for today. That you call in your daily portion. And I will be back with another intuitive channel message given unto me from the spirit, from the intelligence itself. Yes, yes. We convene with the intelligence, and you too can receive those answers. Why? So you can see the tears in your life and how they project onto you. What are you supposed to be adjusting, so that you can have that practicality and using and walking in that knowledge you're gaining for the sake of wisdom. Because you are an intelligent being. You were built so. You were made with intelligence baked in. So every answer to your tear is already there if you choose to see it. Until the next time, y'all remember this. Remember this always. I love you. 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 And I love you just like I love me. I love me. Oh, because I love the source. Hey, I'm tapped into the intelligence of the Most High. I understand how to wield that power. Don't it look good on y'all? Go look at yourself in the mirror, beloved. Don't that peace look good on you? Go look at yourself in the mirror, beloved. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's so beautiful. Look at you. Look at you, we. I love y'all. Until the next time, have a gorgeous day. Mwah. Ashe.